What's going on, guys? It's Deathmark here. Today we're going to be talking about something rather interesting that's been leaked out in regards to Call of Duty 2025 that we currently know as potentially going to be called Black Ops 7. However, we haven't got any direct confirmation of that yet. But this is more or less for Call of Duty 2025. Now, according to Detonated, there was a leak that went out last night in regard to the next Call of Duty game. I don't know why they decided to leak this out now and not leave it to a later time, but as you guys can see, Black Ops 6 hasn't even released yet, but new rumours have surfaced regarding a futuristic Black Ops game set to release in 2025. Reportedly, a recent focus group meeting contained details on next year's Call of Duty campaign, multiplayer and zombies modes. So that is really interesting. So according to @FumoLeaks on Twitter or X, a focus group was held discussing the Call of Duty title that will release around a year after Black Ops 6. So as you guys can see, according to FumoLeaks on Twitter or X, Call of Duty 2025 information thread. Some silly goober, or idiot I suppose, managed to get into a focus group meeting for the next Call of Duty game. This thread will compile almost everything that was said in the meeting, plus a few little bonus goodies. So the picture that he's posted isn't his, but it was from another attendee who actually attended that event, so to speak. So as you guys can see, I'll just see if I can bring up this rather interesting image. Now, it has redacted quite a bit of the information here, but it just reads something along the line of: in the battles of tomorrow, shared information and technology are blank 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 that can be used to buff nearby teammates and their gadgets. Apparently, deploy the something or other. The lethality and effectiveness network perks allow players to share their buffs with something or other, making and teamwork. It does mention Omni movements, so that is really interesting considering Black Ops 6 already has Omni movement. So that's really interesting to think about there. With increased fluidity and all new immersive animations tomorrow, next mechanics like wall jump allow you to leap from surfaces for new ways to engage, and something or other mitigate fall damage when landing on a high surface. Body shield also returns now with the ability something or other and kick their body towards your enemies. Put all your skills and technology to the test in all new and returning fan favorite game modes. In something that starts with SK, Avalon, which is the actual map name for the new Warzone map, essentially, to complete objectives and earn score to become the victor. Return to the Call of Duty for the something or other, where players will fight for control of a neutral satellite that must be uploaded at the enemy's base. Something or other capabilities and advanced guns, gear and gadgets, and all of your favourite 6v6 modes from Team Deathmatch, potentially Face Off and Gunfight, return for more intimate experiences on the smallest maps. So there's actually further information here. This is coming from this is coming from FumoLeaks. The campaign is a Black Ops story set in 2035. The protagonist this time is David Mason from Black Ops 2. I think, if I'm not mistaken, David Mason went by the name of Section in that campaign. I think I have covered the campaign here on the channel already, so make sure you guys do check that out. The game is more of an espionage theme, with the key point being informational warfare. So that is really interesting. Got information here on human shields. As was said in the picture of the meeting he attached to the initial tweet, multiplayer is going to keep the meat shield mechanics. Human shields will now be able to have grenades stuck to them. You can also throw bodies back at enemies. So that is really interesting. Omni movement returns in 2025. You can now do a little wall jumps to get the advantage over your enemies. New animations are being added to make the experience even more fluid. So that's really interesting. Multiplayer features the return of classic maps and modes from the Black Ops franchise. Uplink apparently is going to be returning. So just in case you didn't know, I think it was in Advanced Warfare, if I'm not mistaken. Uplink was basically where you had a ball, kind of like a football, similar to that like in Rocket League, so to speak. But basically what you do is you have it in your hand, you have to throw it at an elevated target. So it's like an elevated goal, so to speak. So that's really interesting. I can't wait. Hopefully, I don't know how they're going to work it with the actual. If it's boots on the ground, that could potentially be a problem, concerning the uplink targets were up in the sky. So, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, they might bring back some boots off the ground, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Soldiers face off in the new gen stable gunfight. Perks are now shared with the new networked perks mechanic, which is rather interesting to say the least. I think we've also got information apparently regarding zombies. This might spread into multiple tweets, cause holy blank. Part 1 gameplay. 2025 will focus on round-based, or RBZ. Round-based zombies will have one of the biggest maps ever in the game. To compensate, there will be transportation system like transit to traverse around the map. So that's really interesting. Zombies will also have an 8-player mode. This may be related to the leaked grief strings, as they also directly mention a classic mode. You'll spawn with a pistol, have to craft your arm and hit the walls, and box for new guns. So that is really interesting. And it's actually got more information here. Modes like Outbreak and one or more phase zombies will probably not happen again due to their issues with the community. Rambase has taken the spotlight in again, as he stated before. And he added this to the thread as they didn't say who the dev is. So that is very, very interesting to say the least here, guys. Let me know what you guys' views and opinions are of all of this information in the comments box down below. Keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are of this. So like I say, guys, Black Ops story is going to be set in 2035, following the events of Black Ops 2. Now, don't forget, guys, if we're expecting the Black Ops 2 what's the one I'm looking for? Timeline to be canon, concerning of what's happened to, of course, Alex Mason, then obviously we'll be taking the part of his son, who I think last made an appearance in Black Ops 2 as Section. So that is very, very interesting to say the least here, guys. Keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are of this. As you guys can see, for those who maybe not be immediately familiar with Uplink, that's the ball I was referring to earlier in the video. So very, very interesting information here, guys. Keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are of this in the comments box down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so it's an upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.